Welcome to Spirit Corps. I'm Lance. We hope this story, inspired by our one-act play Freedom Train, reminds us that sacrifices sometimes need to be made for the things that we love. And we'd love for you to share a moment when you realized that along with freedom comes responsibility. Spirit Corps, together we grow. After Harriet Tubman escaped slavery, she risked her life many times to return south and lead hundreds of others to freedom on the Underground Railroad. She knew that she could never be free while her people were enslaved. Harriet's story led Tina to reflect upon the responsibility she felt when she dedicated her life to something greater than herself.
From the age of 10, I knew I had to become a violinist. It was my calling. But little did I suspect that along with this beautiful dream would come so many big responsibilities. My name is Tina, and here's my story for #SpiritCorps. To start, you need to get trained. When I was young, I practiced every single day, even when I didn't want to, and eventually got good enough to maybe make it into a real music conservatory. But my parents couldn't afford that, so I knew I had to become so good that I would earn a full scholarship. But if you want to be a great concert musician, even college isn't enough. So after I graduated, I moved to New York to continue my studies and won a place at the Manhattan School of Music. When I finished there, I was thrilled. I'd done it. Success was just around the corner, right? Instead, I faced a bitter truth: no job prospects. It took months until I finally got hired. With a symphony orchestra? A string quartet? No way. I started playing weddings, parties, and small pickup jobs. Yes, I was grateful for the work, but frustrated playing music that I had mastered in high school. I had studied too hard to play the bridal march for the 100th time. I felt I had a gift and needed to share it with the world as a soloist or in a string quartet that traveled the globe playing beautiful music by Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart to keep the great tradition of classical music alive. I remember thinking these thoughts on a train on the way home from yet another wedding. I had just worked for 2 months straight with no days off. And I told myself, there has to be more to life and my career than this. I knew right then that it was time to take real responsibility. It was time to go for it. I decided to begin auditioning for the position of concertmaster, the most important and prestigious role a violinist can have in any orchestra. I was nervous, and I failed more than once. Then won my first job at the age of 26. After that, nothing could stop me. I formed a string ensemble, the Ulysses Quartet, appeared as a soloist many times, and can now proudly say that my quartet is in residence at one of the world's greatest music institutions, Juilliard. But the biggest responsibility was yet to come when I was handed Juilliard's most precious violin, a Stradivarius made in 1728 and valued at $10 million. This was every violinist's dream come true. Imagine how nervous I was just holding it, let alone drawing the bow across those strings for the first time. Would I love it? Would I hate it? I had tried many older instruments and not cared for them nearly as much as their price tags said I should. But when I drew my first note on this magnificent instrument, tears of joy welled in my eyes. I had finally met my true love. This was the sound I had dreamt of sharing with audiences all my life. Along with that joy, though, comes the huge responsibility of living up to the master violinists who played this treasure before me. But how lucky, I remind myself, that I'm the one who has the chance to earn this precious gift with every note I play. Thanks for listening. I hope you will share your story of responsibility at Spirit Series USA and join the hashtag SpiritCore conversation. And now I would love to share with you a snippet from one of my favorite pieces, Chardass. Together we grow.